Hey guys, we're over here at this job at, where are we? We're in Fountain Valley. And it's basically a vacancy, and the tenants took down a TV and left some damage here. Alicia started on it. What she does first is she sands down these edges before she even does anything. So basically, there she is over there. Hello. And there's Vinny over there working on a fan. I'll show you what he's working on. And there's a couple nail holes here and a couple screw holes here. And then over here, they damaged the door. They put a hole in it right here. And then a little bit of damage there and up there. So Lisa's gonna be fixing that. And then over here, Vinny got here too fast before me. And the ceiling, I don't know if you guys ever saw a box like that, but let me see if I can zoom in. That box, the bottom of that right here is hanging about this low. It looks like, really looks like crap. Vinny's gonna have to do something with that box and probably get up in the attic and see what's going on. That way we can at least raise it if we're not going to replace it. But there's no connector, so we need to put a connector on there as well if we're going to salvage the box. All right, guys. Well, what we'll do here is I'll keep you up to date as this job progresses. I don't want to bore you with some of the little stuff, but eventually we'll get this done between today and tomorrow. And we'll see if we can't get this video up. I'm going to try to start posting some more pictures. Here's a little tour of the house. This is the kitchen. Look at Vinny. Oh, he's feeding his face with soda and candy. And
Mom always brings it.
yeah, and he's not color coordinated. He didn't get the memo that me and Alicia are wearing black shirts and he's wearing a gray. And then here's the backyard. They have a real problem with puddling over here. Anyway, when it rains, it just floods this way. Me and Alicia put caulking here last year. The water was going in. My idea was to cut a curb and put a curb, dig down to the foundation and put a curb with some rebar to keep it waterproof. You put black tar, you put a hot mop it first, and then you go ahead and pour your new cement after you cut it. You cut a trench. And then you go ahead and you clean the trench on the house going down to the foundation. You hot mop the shit out of it. And then you go ahead and pour a curb with rebar so the curb don't go left or right. But last year it was so bad, we had to come out here and we had to caulk this. Alicia caulked this whole thing right here all the way down, and it hasn't leaked since. But eventually it probably will. Because as the earth moves, the house separates from the concrete. The best idea is to re-pour this whole pad right here, or reduce it down, but it's sloping. You can't see it, but it's sloping inward. But anyway, this little fix did the trick. All the water stopped, and we had to replace the baseboard. We replaced the baseboard not too long ago because it was solid wet, and it's that cardboard stuff. All right, guys. We'll see what happens here soon. All right, Alicia's trying to take all the dents like this out of the door the best she can, because we can't charge a whole lot of money for this. So bottom line is we just do what we can and make it as good as we can for the price that we gave. Looks, and Vinny's in the attic because over here, this was the box that was installed. And then they have some sort of plate. There's Vinny saying hi. They have some sort of plate in there going across that's going to be removed. And then he's going to put a regular fan light box. He's taking pictures of it to make sure it can be removed. And we can put a regular box there with the fan light support. Okay guys, the management company called and said that the last tenants that were here said water was leaking out the shower and it wasn't coming from the doors. So if it's The caulking, where the water runs in and around the pan and down, that can be temporarily fixed, or if you keep up on it once every year or so, scrape out the caulking and re-caulk it, you can eliminate that. But if it's coming from the pan, then it's shot. Then you need something new here. So I guess the way we're going to test it is we're going to turn the water on and face it towards the wall, away from the doors. And we're going to keep the shower head low on the drain, because it could be leaking around the drain as well, which is the same as a pan leak, because the cure is almost the same. You could get in there and put some caulking around the drain and silicone and keep that up once every year and a half or so, and that would remedy it for a while. But sometimes it leads into a new pan. Anyway, let's see what we got here, and we'll run it and see what happens. First, I'll start off with running it at the drain, and if nothing comes of it, then I'll move the shower head towards the middle over here, and then over there lastly, but never coming onto the shower doors. We don't want to get confused whether it's leaking on the doors or the pan. So we got to keep the doors dry. All right, guys, we got Alicia here plastering up the wall here. She sanded all the edges down as much as possible, and now she's going after the holes there. Hopefully she won't need to give it 2 or 3 coats. She always goes a little bit more than what she has to. That's her MO. But it always turns out nice, so that I can't take away from her. But when it's trying to make money, you want, for what they're paying, you want a good job, but not a $1 million job. If you're working in a $1 million, $2 million home, and they're paying you $180 for that hole, then you give them the whole 9 yards. When the tenants only want to pay a couple bucks and management is willing to accept it, well, if you're Alicia, you're still going to give them the $2 million job, which she's been doing, and there's no way to break her of it. That's the way she is. And I've never had a complaint about her work, so I guess it's worth it. Okay, guys, what we're doing here is we don't have no materials. This is our first day to the job, and so we're doing what we can do without materials. And then after work, me and Vinny will go do some shopping for the next day. But he can go ahead and start. The flooring guys didn't put this back on, so he's got his rotary hammer, and he's got a 1/4 inch bit. He's going to use Klein shields. You can buy the round ones that are like this and this, but I've never had no bad luck with those when it's on cement like that. You know, they're for concrete as well. So he's going to line those up, make sure they match up with the bottom guides on the door, put 3 screws in it, 1 in the middle, and work outward, and that should do the job. All right, Alicia, what do you got there? You're patching up the door. You got the first coat, and you're working on some of the jambs. She's plastering on the jambs there. She put a couple coats up there. She's doing good. Let's go see how the wall's doing.
Do we have a tractor?
No, but you can use the plastic right here. Just start dumping it in the corner right there.
Sounds good. I'll do that.
This is looking really good. Okay, guys, we're trying to fill up the pan. I got a plastic Ziploc bag over the drain and a coffee cup. It's starting to fill up. Oh, that's perfect, man. A little tap with the hammer and you're good to go. Really good. Let me get a picture of that for the contractor. Basically, we're not billing the management company for that. We're billing the contractor who installed this floor. He didn't put in the rails for the closet doors, nor did he set the toilet straight. The toilet is setting crooked. You probably can't see it. And it wobbles. And he didn't put no sealant. You know, the sealant isn't so much for the cosmetic look. What it does is once you bolt that sucker down, you got a new wax ring, when you seal it and you leave a little opening in the back in case it leaks, you can see it. But when you seal it, what that does is when people get on and off and kids jump on it, you don't get no wiggle. That sealant around there anchors that toilet down. That way, as time goes on, when you start to get just that little wiggle, then it's all downhill from there. It all will just start wiggling more. Then the wax ring is leaking, or the bolts are coming loose. But if you put sealant, not so much for the cosmetic, yes, it looks good, but mostly for the functionality. It'll keep that toilet bolt from ever wiggling, and that you'll get a nice long run with that wax ring. Good news on the shower pan. I've got the shower pan almost halfway filled with water, like a bathtub, you can see here. And there's no leaks in the pan. The leak is way over the grout line as well, so that's doing good. And we do have water coming in through the door. So basically what we're going to do is report back to them and let them know that they don't have a pan leak, but they have a door leak. Basically we dry that out, we let the cleaning people come and clean the shower, and then we come in again and we re-caulk the shower door. The reason why we do it after the cleaning people, if we do it before, the cleaning people will come in here with their chemicals and they rub hard and screw up the fresh caulking. Because it really takes a good 10 days for that caulking to firm up really good before you should clean it. So anyway, that's good news, I guess. So we'll just roll with that and report back to the management company. Okay guys, he's got that all done. Maybe on the next video I can get a little bit better video. I'm running around here checking the shower pan and doing shit like that, and he keeps going. Can't ridicule him for that because it's about getting the job done. Oh, we've got one more hole there to do. What happened? You forgot that hole?
No, that's how I did it. I did so I lined them all right. I didn't want it pivoting when I was trying to do the other one.
Oh, so you're gonna remove that?
Yeah, I'm gonna remove all of them again.
Okay.
And then lay it down the middle,
Okay.
like you said. And then
Okay.
outside.
All right. As long as the job gets done, I don't care how you do it. Looks good. All right. He's got his last hole drilled over there. He got his asshole's got his last drill over. Vinny's got his last drill hole over there.
We got the same name.
Well, that's why I call you asshole. That way we don't get confused. If we both answer to Vince, you know. That looks really good, Vinny. Good job. Now let's see if you can get those bottom guides put in. There's these little bottom guides that clip in. Let's see if we can do one. You're gonna have to do it like this so I can see. YouTube wants to see.
There, then you can reach around.
Go ahead, knock it in. See if you can crunch in here. There you go, do it from that side.
Like that. I don't think it fits. If I was standing in your spot,
Oh.
much. Right?
Yeah.
Can you make sure it's in there? Wait, right there.
There it is. It snaps right in. Look at that.
Right there.
Snaps right in. Now it'll keep it on the guy. Can you do the other ones? Alright guys, this looks like he did a good job. He's got one more to do. I'm gonna go from there. Okay guys, he's got all 4 clips in. Let's try it, see how it rolls. Yes sir. Yep, this rolls good. We'll put some WD-40 on there and it'll roll even better. Yep, a little WD-40 and we're good to go. There's a little spot right here, Vinny, that wants to drag right in here. Just WD-40 the shit out of it and wear it in, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
And the top row.
Yeah, and the top over there, the top rollers. All right, this is Alicia's second coat, I believe. That looks, I wouldn't even touch it right there. Boy, look at that. That is nice. But she'll keep going. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful job, Alicia.
Thank you.
Alicia's a team player. She's got her black shirt on. The color of the day is whatever I wake up and put on. Vinny's being a little rebellious wearing his gray shirt. So, anyway, things are looking good. Alright guys, she's letting that wall dry. Quit covering your face, man. I'm trying to show that you are alive and you're breathing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so she's up there working there. I don't want people to think that you're dead up there, just barely hanging on to the molding. There's Vinny over there doing the second closet door thing here. Go ahead. And Alicia's over there working her butt off. She ain't got much butt to work off, but she's working it off. See, Vinny didn't get the memo. He's got the gray shirt today. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Vinny's doing some work here, and Alicia is drying her plaster so she can get on with things. If we sit here and wait, this will turn into a 2-day job. If she puts a little heat to it, it does help it out. Okay guys, I was at first going to just try loosening up the bolts and straightening out the toilet and then tighten it down and see if that worked, and if it did, then I was going to caulk around it, but Alicia said once I touch it, my name's all over it. So she wanted me to pull it, so I pulled it. And I'm glad I did. Look at the rubber. I mean, if you want to use these kinds of rings to, to fool around with, you use what you want. But if you're going to pull a toilet, at least put a new rubber ring back on it or whatever you choose to use. But these guys with the flooring, they just pulled it, did their job, and sat it right back down on top of this old rubber. And you can see, that's going to be a leaker. You know that. I know that. And they could have put a new water supply line. It's shot. So I'm glad we pulled it. We're going to take all that shit off and put it with our standard wax ring with the reinforcement and go that route. Let's go see what Alicia's doing. Vinny's got all the tracks. He had 3 of them. So Vinny did the 3 tracks. And then over here, he did the 3rd track over here. So we're all good. And then Alicia got her door pretty much really nice. And she's got the scuff marks all sanded out, looking better. She's got a little plaster on there that she's got a little plaster right there that she's gonna sand out. And then over here, where the TV was, Alicia, instead of wet sanding, Alicia went ahead and just used dry sanding.
See how nice it is?
And you can tell she did a little wet sanding here, but
Because didn't pass this was just.
what?
See this?
Yeah.
That is sand. Look at that.
Oh, okay. So anyway, everything's looking good. That's not sanded.
Now sanded. See that?
So this one's sanded and looks good. These do. This looks good. This one's going to be sanded next. Once that's done, we'll shoot a little texture on it. So she's doing good over there. All right. Over here, a little bit, and we'll be done. Get the texture on today, and then tomorrow we can touch up the paint, hopefully. All right, guys. It's a beautiful day here in Huntington, or Fountain Valley, I would say. So, all right, guys. Let's see. We'll check back in with you in a little bit. Okay, guys. We got it all cleaned off. We're gonna remove those 2 bolts and reset it with a new wax ring. Alicia's finishing off the little areas that she's got it formed a little bit. So we're gonna go to the truck. I have all this stuff on the truck, so I'm just gonna take it from there, and then I'll go buy it later and restock the truck. Hey guys, I've got my wax ring. I know everybody hates. I know that Steve, Lab, and everybody, they don't like this. They say it leaks. But you know what? I've been putting it in for 20-some years, and because I set it on the floor instead of on the toilet, I never miss it. And this reinforcement is really good, because when your toilet moves once in a while, if it ever does, if you put sealant, it probably never will. But this is like a sponge. You set it down, and then as the toilet sits there, it brings itself back up. It's like a memory foam is basically what it is. If you've ever taken one off and all that's left is that, just that alone, that reinforcement will keep a good seal. But that wax sucks down over the reinforcement. It's like a black material, like a sponge. And then after you get it all tightened, that sponge works its way like memory foam back up. You can't buy a wax ring that I know of that has reinforcement without the cup. That's the only reason why I buy that with the cup, is because if I could get this wax ring, if anybody knows where I can get a wax ring with reinforcement without that black thing, I'd definitely be on board to use it. But I am really sold. I've been doing this, I don't know, I got my license in the 90s, early 90s. And if there was ever a leak or I didn't know about it, I haven't got called back. I've been using these ever since they come out, and I haven't had one call of a leaker. And all my customers, the only time I lose a customer is if they sell a building. Sometimes I may lose the account because they got their own guys, and sometimes I keep the account. But usually the only time I lose an account is when they sell or they die. And then usually when somebody dies, they leave it to family or they sell it, you know, and somewhere along the line I lose it. But I go back to the same old jobs where I've sat toilets 15, 16, 17 years ago using the same wax ring. And finally they want a new toilet. I pull it up and still good as far as keeping the water where it's supposed to be. Okay, Vinny's got it all cleaned up. He used his spray and his towels. Got that thing spotless, like brand new. I can see why the toilet set's a little crooked, because your spot here and your spot there, it is a little crooked, but usually there's enough on that toilet to straighten it out. So I'm sure we're going to be able to do a little bit better job. He's got it nice and clean. Okay guys, we've got this ready. All I have is, this is the cheap way of putting the texture. I kind of sprayed it in the sink just to see where it is. I'm going to just kind of see what we get. Still sponge it out with a wet sponge and wherever the high spots are. Now, I got only a little bit of this left, so I want to make sure that I get the other stuff, and then I'll spread it out a little bit more. Let me go over here and make sure I got some more there. Okay, here we don't need nothing, right, Al?
No,
Just touch up
nothing
the
there. Yes,
How about over
correct.
here, just a little bit?
Over here.
Okay, let's put the plastic underneath it a little bit.
Uh-huh. And then move it over, yeah.
Let's see.
There.
Okay, so let's just do a little bit here.
Uh-huh. And then move the plastic a little bit over. There you go. That's it.
Now she'll get a sponge and she'll blot around it until it feathers in. Let's go
I
over
think
here.
that's now water-based.
Can you get a picture of this for me? Hit the texture button. Yeah, when I'm doing it. Ready?
Yeah. Got it.
Did it do it?
Yeah.
Okay, now what she'll do now is she'll take her sponge and blot it in and feather it into that. Go ahead. I won't clean this until you've done your feathering with the sponge.
Okay.
Then I'll clean it. You know what I mean? I have to get all that on video. Okay, go ahead, Alicia. She's using the coarse side to blot it because the coarse side is got more areas, and see how it's just kind of knocking the high spots off? Because if you notice, this has been painted how many times over the years, so the texture is like real mellow. The texture is standing way out. So once we paint it, it'll kind of mellow it out, but you want to get it as close as you can to this, and that's what she's doing.
How's that looking for you?
Perfect. In fact, you're done, I would say.
Okay.
And that's good enough for this. And then over here, just give it a little bit, take the high spots out. Look at that, looks great. And then once you paint it, and if you don't like the sharp look, guys, you can let this dry about 24 hours, and you can take a wet sponge and wipe it just a little bit before you paint it, and it'll even blend it in more like this. You'll have this look, rather than the sharpness of this. You'll see when she's done, it should be pretty good. See how this is mellow over here, Alicia, because all the years of being painted?
Yes.
And then this has got the sharp pinnacles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you might even want to just take this and wet it and blot it with the wet side.
Yeah.
And if you want, try to do a little bit over here before you do it. But I think a little wetness on that other side of the sponge will work out good. All right, we'll check back in with her in a little bit.
Sounds good. One you have is not water-based, is it?
Yeah, water-based. Anyway, that's looking real good right there, Alicia. Look at that. Okay guys, he's got everything here all done, ready to go. We'll put the wax ring, set the toilet, change the water supply line, and we should be good to go. Go ahead and set that wax ring, and
Just so. Oh, not an extent because it's over. Huh?
yeah, don't worry about that. Just put that wax ring in there and it'll be good. Okay, Vinny, you grab it. I'm gonna just guide it. Maybe you can grab it from the back of the bowl and help me.
Lift it way up there.
Okay, you ready, guys?
Yeah. Okay, you doing good?
Here, wipe all that water up. Wipe that water up. I'll hold it fast
Right there, Vinny.
underneath the bowl. Pull.
That's it.
Okay, so here we go. Okay. That's looking good. And okay, now it's a little high.
That's why we gotta shim it.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna shoot it. Okay, it's down nice. And it looks straight. All right, she's blending the texture a little bit more better so it matches the rest. Looking good there. She's got this one completely done where the holes used to be. Over here, she's gonna knock that one down just a little bit more, like this one over here. All right. Okay guys, Vinny has got the new water supply line on, and we've been flushing the shit out of it. We haven't bolted it up or nothing. We always, before we even start the bolts, we flush the hell out of it 2 or 3 times before we even put the bolts on it, the nuts. And if it survives 2 or 3 flushes, then we go ahead and start nutting it up and then shimming it after she nuts it up a little bit, shims it, and then we'll just keep flushing through the whole process. And then when it's all done, we'll put sealant around it. All right, guys, she's scraping around the toilet to get the old sealant off. And then she's gonna go ahead and put her shims. Vinny's only shimmed the toilet a couple times. Yeah, you're gonna nut it up a little bit first,
Tight.
and then shim it, and then nut it up a little bit, a little cinch. And then, yeah, keep flushing that sucker as you guys are working. All right, guys, she's getting that all shimmed up. Looking good.
There's one here. There.
Okay, and a couple in the back. Okay.
No, this side.
Now she's going to do this side. And don't tighten it too much, Elle, so you're ready to cinch it down for the shims. You still got to need a couple shims in the front. You can't get one in the front, or two, like toenail, 2 in. There you go. Now do another one on the other side too. Yeah, like one right there. No, not that much. Bring it more this way, to the right. And right there, yeah. All right, guys, Vinny's practicing his shim cutting skills. You got the 45 on the outside, right? Yeah. Cut it again. There you go, that looks good. All right, Alicia's got that all shimmed in the front. I don't know if you can see the shims, but she's cutting them. Look down here. She's got one to the left and one to the right. You can see it. And then what she does is she sets it in a little bit deeper after she cuts it. That way you don't see it through the caulking. Because if you don't shove it in a little bit more than where you cut it, go ahead, give it hell. If you don't,
bounced out.
that one bounced out.
You're moving your left hand out.
There you go. Do it
You have to
again.
keep it firm.
Once she cuts that, she'll tap it in a little bit deeper. Solid hits. There you go. Perfect. So she'll tap those in about a 1/16 of an inch deeper after she cuts them. If not, when you put the sealant, the caulking, you'll see the little plastic ends shining through, and I hate that. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes just the way it ends up, you can't bury that shim on some toilets that have a small lip like that. But other times where you got a little bit of a nice lip, you can shove it in about a 1/16 of an inch and put your caulking, and you won't ever see the shims. So, you know, just cutting them flush with the toilet, you're going to see your shims almost every time. So hopefully it should be around the front. You don't have to worry so much about it on the back or the sides, but in the very front, you want to bury your shims a little bit so when you put your caulking, you don't see it. All right, guys, she's putting the caulking to it. We'll let her do her thing here. So, all right, Al. I don't know. Al's got this going here. This paint dries almost to the point where you can't even see it. We're going to see how that goes. If it dries and it blends, we're not going to go any further. We'll just, because that's a lot of wall to paint for what we priced it. But over here, you could tell where she did her work. It looks pretty good. She did paint the whole wall. And it's starting to dry nice. We'll see tomorrow as it dries. You know, it should just really dry nice. Let's see here. All right, a couple patches there. We'll see how that blends in a little while. She's got the light on it, it helps. We'll see how that blends, and then of course the toilet is done here. All reset, looking good. Vinny's got the closet doors all installed. Tomorrow he'll fix that. Alicia's got the door all patched up here. We haven't painted it yet, but that's going to be next, I guess. She's got the door all sanded out. All the scars are out of it. Let's see how it goes. Hey guys, Alicia's here, touching up this door jamb. Let me see the door that you did. Oh, that door looks really good. You can't even tell it had a hole. Let me come in here. Oh yeah, everything looks really good. There, you guys remember there's a hole right there? It's gone. Let me see, I'm taking some pictures, guys. Oh, sorry, babe. I didn't mean to kick you.
No problem.
Okay, guys, over here, she's got that wall where the 2 nail holes were, looking good, and the 2 screw holes over here. This is drying. Little by little, it's starting to even out. You can tell that little spot right there still because she put the paint a little extra heavy there. She gave it 2 coats there. The rest is 1 coat. I'm sure it's going to dry out nicely. All right, guys, it's the next day and everything's dried. It's a cloudy day out here. Me and Vinny are riding together today. It looks like it's going to rain. Anyway, that wall is really nice. Turned out good. Same with that wall, and same with this wall. Over here, it's hard to see. Let me turn on the light here, see what we get. Over here, you can't even tell that there was a hole on the right side towards the bottom. That hole has disappeared. Her jamb, as she did, is completely scar-free, at least for the 4 marks that we were supposed to do. Now Vinny's here. Say hi, Vinny. Vinny's gonna get up in the attic. As you can remember earlier in the video, that box was installed hanging like ½ inch out of the ceiling, so on the side, and they didn't have the right hardware. So Vinny's gonna get up there now and put a brand new box, a regular fan box that braces across from one ceiling joist to the other ceiling joists. All right, guys, Vinny's digging through my van. This is what he's gonna put in right here. This is the one that he always likes. This is for ceiling fans, support brace kit. That's what he uses. And then got some locks over there to take care of. We're gonna put some new locks on the door, and that's about it. All right, let's get this going, Vinny.
Cool.
Get your ass in there and get that done, buddy. Okay, guys, we're about done here. Vinny put his new toilet handle on both bathrooms. I put this one shower arm in. I didn't get this on video. I figured I'd do the other one. The other one's brushed nickel. So basically what that does, it gives you another, where normally your shower head would be right here, this gives you another 11 inches or so higher, and you can adjust it. And if you really want more, you can flip this thing around and have this going up, and then put that on top of that, and you get a lot of height if you're a real tall person. Anyway, we'll go ahead and change the other one, and it's not a big deal, but I just figured I'd put it on the video. And everything's looking good here. Everything's cleaned up. Over here, Vinny's got the ceiling fan done. The box is all done, brand new box in there. Over here, he put a toilet. Where's your toilet paper dispenser? Yeah, he's got that in. That's where the old one is. We decided to put it in the same place because of the holes were already there. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and change this shower arm right here. It's brushed nickel, so I couldn't do it on the same day until I ordered a brushed nickel. All right, well, let's get this thing changed. All right, we'll start with whenever I do these shower arm extensions, I never put the old shower head in because they're full of calcium deposits and stuff like that. So I always just, if I'm going to extend it, I'm also putting a new head in. So I don't worry about marring this up. I'm not touching this part. I'm just touching this. I don't give a shit about the shower head. So we'll get that off. And then that's cold, guys. All right, and when you guys take this tape off with a drill motor, this one doesn't have much. A lot of people will do it in forward gear. When you're doing it in forward gear, you're actually just rubbing it a little bit tighter. I always put it in reverse, and then I go around it this way, the way you would take the tape off. I go around it that way, but in reverse, because this reverse will help kind of wind it up. Reverse works better for me. You clean up the threads that way. I go both ways actually. I go this way and then I go that way. Because if you go this way, I need to clear this up. I don't go this way. I'm sorry. I go in reverse on my drill motor, but I go around clockwise this way, because as you're going reverse and you're going down, you're picking up the edges of the tape and taking it off. So if your tape is wrapped this way and then you're going this way in reverse, it actually kicks up the lip and takes it off. there wasn't a lot on here, so this ain't the best example. So I'm just trying to, so I'm in reverse and I go the same way you put the tape on. And it comes out spotless. And let's go ahead.
I'll clean the brush later.
Yeah. Can you please give me the shower arm?
Go back up there.
What?
With the thing, I'm gonna take a picture.
I think I have some, but go ahead. I need some pictures anyway.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay.
I'll take pictures along the way.
Okay. Can I have the brush next?
Record.
Okay, I get these on Amazon because at Home Depot they're $26 for the chrome, and at Amazon they're $18. And they got them in brush nickel. Home Depot only has them in chrome. So basically, over at Home Depot they don't give you this. This comes with a rubber already in here, but a lot of times if you're using the old shower head, I use Delta shower heads, so they already have a rubber in there. But if say you take off your shower head and it doesn't have a rubber, they've got 3 different rubber seals in here that might fit your shower head. And there's also a little set screw in there you don't want to lose. This little set screw is a extra. They already have one in here, but in case you lose it, you'll have another one. So we'll just leave that there. So I loosen this until I figure out where I want it. I usually like the shower head on the inside. You could put it either way. You can put it this way and the shower head will be on this side. I like it more on the inside, so I always put it this way. Now, if you have a shower arm and it's brand new, almost like this one, you don't even need blue tape. This seal will do the job. If you have a shower head that's got tape on it and you didn't get it all off, and then it might not go all the way up and seal good, or if the arm has got little cracks in it or rust marks, then it won't seal against the rubber and you need tape and you need plumber's dope. We could do this one just the way we would do it if, let's say, if I run this up here now, I'm 99% sure it won't leak because it's a new shower arm and it's got the rubber here. In fact, the same thing goes with this shower head. The new Delta shower head that I got, wherever it is, it's over there. You don't need to use tape if you're putting it on a new shower arm because it has a rubber in it. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the tape just in case, because this isn't, it looks new, but it isn't new. And I don't want to have to do it twice. So let's just go ahead and let's put some tape on it. That way I know I only have to stick with it one time. But normally, if it's a new shower arm, new shower head, no tape. In fact, we don't even need tape on the shower head because I know this arm is new. Where did the fucking go? I know that arm is new, and I know that's new, and that's new, so we won't even need tape for that.
Tape this.
Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll get that tape on there. Okay, then what I like to do, guys, if I'm using plumber's dope, I like to wrap and cover up all of this with tape. That way when I take it off, I get rid of the plumber's dope as well. So watch, we'll just watch. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that I got blue tape all over this. That way my plumber's dope comes off nice and easy and I don't have to clean it too much. Yeah, you waste tape, but it makes it easier on the cleanup, if you know what I mean. And I don't pay for this tape anyway. The job pays for it. So I don't worry about it too much.
And on T2?
Yeah, T2. T2, you know, most of the stuff, it'll tell you it doesn't work on ABS or it doesn't work on. T2 is one of the few things that works on everything. ABS, you name it. Plus it has little fibers in it. The fibers jam up the threads really nice. So as long as you don't get past that tape line over there, you'll be able to clean up your T2 without having to really touch it all that much. Okay, I'll take the shower arm, thank you. So we'll want this on the inside, so we'll put it this way. So I'm going to just put that right there. Make sure that set screw is not too far in because it'll drag on the threads. Let's see here. Then as it gets firmer here, you'll kind of want to get this part straight while you can. Tighten it up a little bit. I just kind of eyeball this.
But when you twist, you don't want to twist back here, right?
Right.
Because you'll break that.
Yeah. You want. I support this part right here.
Yeah.
With my finger.
Well, I saw that one earlier. That's why I said it.
Get that nice. And then get this straight. If for some reason you need to straighten it out, you could just kind of put it like this and get your crescent wrench on this part and move it. But I don't. You can put it more on this part, like right here. And don't mar it up. And just kind of move it where you want it, about right. That's about right. There, looks good. Then if you want to give it a little more, you can try. I'm pretty tight right there. So, right there. And that looks straight still. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your set screw that's in there and you're going to tighten it up so this doesn't come undone. And you don't need to strip it out. All you need is just a little tension. I can't even see it, but we'll get there. Let's see here, guys.
We'll get it.
Let's see. I find it. Right there. Just tighten that up a little bit and just, you don't want to strip it. Just a little bit. About like that. I just use. Right. Right there. When it wants to stop. About right there. See how I'm just barely bending that Allen wrench a little bit? Okay, that's all you need. That'll keep that from loosening up. Okay, everything is still straight. So now, loosen this guy up. We'll put the shower head on. Like I said in the beginning, this is new and the shower head is new, so we don't need no tape here. But let's clean this up a little bit right here, guys. can I have a pair of gloves? And the only reason why I want a pair of gloves, guys, is I've got other things I need to touch around this house, and I don't want plumber's dope on my hands because the place has been cleaned, and I don't want to be touching glass, smearing this shit all over the place. That plumber's dope is hard to get off your fingers. So normally I don't care, but in this case. Now to clean this mess up, you see how I wrapped it completely with tape? Now I can go ahead and usually, if I just do this, I can take the plumber's tape off with it and won't have to clean that pipe. Just like that, and pull a little bit like that. Bring it around like that. Bring it around. Don't pull too fast. Keep it inward. Like that. And there we go. And for the most part, I won't have to wipe it down or anything. Looks great. So just throw this part away. And we're good to go. So now we'll take this off. We'll turn these gloves inside out like that. And we'll put this with the trash here. This, I don't save these. Might save these with the rubber. Sometimes you never know when you need an extra set screw. Can I have the shower head, please? Thank you, buddy. Okay, I always use deltas. I just love deltas.
You open it from the bottom.
I just always rip it.
Always from the bottom.
Let me get out of this hole then.
Because it slides out.
Yeah. I'm too impatient. I usually have it just ripped open by now like this. Like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, what I do is I find out, there's sometimes a piece of tape here, but there isn't. But I want to find out where this thing turns right here, and there is a piece of tape somewhere. Because it won't turn easy. Where is it? What I'm trying to do, there we go. It's this right here. I like to know where my rotation, I like to have it down where this thing isn't over here or over here. I like to kind of find the half mark. So there it is. You can see here and then here. So now I'm just kind of put it in the middle until I get it on there, and then I'll find that. These here, they don't want you putting pliers on here. They're supposed to be just hand tight. There's the rubber. You will crack them if you go too tight. Sometimes I do put a pair of pliers on them, but I usually put a towel on it. So let me see here. Okay, there we go. First you want it to. So now you get that sucker. I like to put it down here. That's why I don't tighten all that up. Now I hand tight this. Put a pair of pliers, you'll crack this thing every single time. So now, because this is new and this is new, that thing's all the way. What causes these to leak, you know, some people say, well, the shower arm is in good shape, there's no cracks or anything. And this thing, even though it has a rubber, still leaks. That's because people leave plumber's tape on there, and then this won't crawl up the shower arm because you got plumber's tape and it gets tight right here, and it won't allow that plumber's tape, that if you don't get it off, won't allow, or if you put it on top of old plumber's tape, this won't crawl up all the way up to put the seal. So sometimes, you know, you say, oh, I had a rubber, but it still leaked, and that's because you didn't get it to crawl all the way up the arm. So, but this is nice and tight. Now we're going to find out, we're going to turn this thing right where we want it, over here somewhere. So
That's a stiff one.
yeah, this one is stiff. Usually I can make the whole thing turn. There it is right there. Okay, so if we go here, I'm almost good right there. So now you get that sucker up where you want it. Then bring this guy down, and you can have it shoot across, or you can have it shoot almost vertically down. Or vertically, anyway.
Yeah, I get what you're doing. More straight shot down.
Yeah, so let's get that nice and straight.
You can almost.
So this gives you a lot of height right here. So everything is firm now, tightened up. I usually leave it on the setting that I like. You turn it on. Check for leaks, check for drifts. Then, you know, I know they just cleaned this place. Maybe I should step on this rag first. I don't want to leave, it's kind of wet in here, and I don't want to leave footprints over here, so, okay, we're good. Alright guys, let's see if this
I like
thing
this.
leaks.
Look at this trim that they added on that.
Oh yeah, that is
Little
pretty
pins.
cool. Little chrome accent.
Yeah. Just so people know.
Okay, so let's give it a shot, guys. That ain't the setting I like.
Want me to reach it?
Yeah. That's the setting I like. And let's get it going more this way. Center. Okay, now let's check for leaks.
Now your subscribers know how you take your showers.
Alright, so we don't have no drift. No drift here, no drift at the shower head. Everything's, get a picture of that please. Let's see here.
You're gonna have to go back here.
Yeah. Okay, I would say this is success, no leaks. We're good to go. It's all brushed nickel. Turn that thing off. Well, guys, I think that's going to end it for this job here. We're out of here today. This is the last thing we had to do. Vinny did new door locks on the laundry room door, new door locks on the garage side door. He did the toilet paper holders. We didn't really want this one here, but the owner wanted it in the same holes because they didn't want to patch the cabinet and paint it. We'll see how that works out with the tenant. I don't know. It seems like it's in a rough spot. I mean, what the hell are you going to do here? You know, this is, but hey.
Might as well just don't even wipe.
Yeah, I would probably, since there's no room, I would probably have it right here. A little bit lower so your towels don't drape over it, you know, and that would be the best outcome. Well, the only thing we do have to do, and they want a little bird guard on the fireplace.
Chimney stack? Chimney couch?
Yeah. So we did order that on Amazon. So when that comes, we'll probably get a little video and a separate video of it. But I think that's about it. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.